Alright, so here we are today doing a tutorial on how to write a PAR. So a PAR is also known as a prior authorization request, which must be requested every 90 days in order for a client to continue to receive services. So what you'll have is a copy of this PDF saved on your computer, and things that you're filling in on the first page are basically going to be updating the date and the client's name that you're requesting this for. So as you move to the second page, again you'll type the date and their name, and then usually this will be an initial prior authorization for your first time. For your second and every subsequent time, you will be checking the box that says concurrent authorization. So about 2 weeks before or 10 days before the expiration date of the previous PAR, you will be clicking concurrent authorization, which basically means they will be backed up to each other. There won't be a gap in between services. Your start date of services, you can make a few days out from when you request this. Medicaid sometimes will take anywhere from 1 day up to 10 days to approve these, depending on how busy they are. So it's kind of up to you what you want to put for the start date. This information here will already be filled in for you about our coordinating QMHP, as well as the requesting provider, which is just our information. Information you'll have to type on every PAR is going to be this demographic information about the client. So make sure every single box is filled in here, including if they are currently in DFS custody, what date they went into custody. This box is going to be information about either the caseworker or the birth parent, or whoever they're placed with, basically whoever has custody. Then you go down to the bottom here, and these are going to be your diagnosis codes. Whatever you have on your current assessment or your current treatment plan, you put the F39 or whatever number here, and then you put the details, unspecified mood disorder. You put the details over here, and then what was the date that you made that diagnosis, as well as for a child or for an adult or for a young child, you would put your score and level of your intensity of needs scale. Okay, pretty much on these next pages we just write see attached for the symptoms and significant life events, as well as see attached for the treatment plan, and I will get to that in just a second. If they have current medications, you're going to write those here. They do typically approve PARs when there is a child taking medication as well as receiving therapy. That's just been my experience. However, if they are not currently prescribed any medication, this is where you would write it, not currently prescribed. Previous and current treatment. So I usually write down exactly what they're getting. They're getting family and individual therapy, and then you can write like 1 time per week or whatever. And then if they're getting PSR or BST, you can write like the date since they've been getting them, and then see additional pages for additional treatment information. So, and I'll talk to you about that in just a second. And then this last page, probably the most important page, again, you're going to make sure that their name and their Medicaid ID number are at the top. And then down here, this is what you're actually requesting. This is the point of a PAR, basically. Your codes are going to be whatever you're requesting. So in this case, I was requesting individual therapy, family therapy with and without the client present. These codes, all the 908 codes, are 1 unit codes. They're not based on 15 minutes. So typically what we're seeing is they will approve 1 unit of them for 1 day per week for a total of 12. So if you think about it, 90 days is essentially 3 months, 4 weeks in a month. So you get what I'm saying here. So typically those numbers are going to be 12. Now let's say, for example, you were going to be requesting something like PSR, right? So of course you would copy this information down here. And your PSR, maybe you're saying, okay, their CASI score is 17 or above for PSR. And let's say you want to be doing, let's say you want their PSR person to be there for 3 hours a day. Okay, so 3 hours a day, PSR is requested on 15-minute cycles. So 3 hours a day would actually be 12 units per day. And let's say you want them to go for 2 days per week. So then the math that you're going to do on that is you're going to do 12 times 2, and then you're going to multiply that by 12. So basically you're multiplying it by the number of weeks that they would be receiving those services. So 12 times 2 times 12, 288. Okay. And then let's say, oh, that's my baby. And then let's say that you want to also request some BST for this client as well. So BST, the maximum you can do per day is 2 hours per day. So I'll just scan right down to here. So 2 hours per day is the max you could do. So that would be 8 units. Let's say you wanted to have it 1 day per week. So again, you're going to be doing 8 times 1 times 12 to get a total of 96 units for this period. Now this is the last section you need to fill in. So whatever, go back to, rewind your brain back to the beginning of the video. Whatever you put for the start date, let's say we put the start date as 8/1/2017. You need to basically make a 90-day period because they are extremely, extremely picky about this. What I would like you to do is, I personally ask Siri, I ask her this, Siri, what is 87 days after August 1st?
Okay, I found this on the web for what is 87 days after August 1st.
Okay, so usually, what is 87 days after August 1st?
It's Friday, October 27th, 2017.
Okay, there she goes. All right, so I'll type in 10/27/2017, and then that would be a pretty good way to know that you're getting the 90-day period there instead of that. So I'm going to stop this video, and part 2 of PAR writing will be coming up next. Oh, actually, you want to make sure you put these dates in all of these spaces here. Okay, and then also make sure you're typing your date down here. Okay, part 2 coming up.